Namaste everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into a super important and powerful concept in the Spring framework, dependency injection. If you are building robust, maintainable, and testable Java applications, understanding dependency injection, or DI, is absolutely crucial. We will break down what it is, why it is so beneficial, and how Spring makes it incredibly easy to implement. By the end of this tutorial, you will have a clear understanding of how to use Spring dependency injection to write much more flexible and loosely coupled code. So, grab your virtual pen and paper, and let us get started. Before Spring dependency injection, objects often created their own dependencies directly using the new keyword. Imagine you are building a car and every single part, every nut, every bolt, you have to manufacture yourself right there on the spot. This creates what we call tight coupling. The car, our main object, is tightly bound to the specific implementation of its parts. If you want to change an engine, you have to modify the car's blueprint directly. This makes your code rigid, difficult to test in isolation, and hard to modify or extend without affecting other parts. For example, if your car class directly creates an engine object, changing the engine type means changing the car class. This is not ideal for large applications. So, what is dependency injection? Simply put, instead of an object creating its dependencies, those dependencies are provided to it. Think of it like this. Instead of manufacturing the car engine yourself, someone hands you the engine you need. This is the core idea behind inversion of control, or IOC, where the control of creating and managing dependencies is inverted or shifted from the object itself to an external mechanism, which in our case is the Spring container. The object simply declares what it needs, and Spring takes care of providing it. We will primarily look at constructor injection, where dependencies are passed through the constructor of a class, ensuring that the object is always created in a valid state. Now, let us see how Spring brings dependency injection to life with some simple annotations. Spring acts as a smart factory, managing all your application's components, also known as beans. You simply tell Spring which classes are components and what dependencies they need. We use the @component annotation to mark a class as a Spring-managed component. Then, to tell Spring to automatically inject a dependency, we use the @autowired annotation. When Spring sees @autowired, it looks for a matching bean in its container and supplies it. This way, you do not write the new keyword. Spring handles object creation and wiring for you, making your code clean and manageable. This is the magic of the Spring container at work, providing the necessary objects where they are needed. While Spring dependency injection is powerful, it is easy to make a few common mistakes, especially when you are starting out. One common mistake is forgetting to mark your classes with @component or a more specific stereotype annotation like @service or @repository. If Spring does not know a class is a component, it cannot manage or inject it. Another pitfall is forgetting the @autowired annotation when you are trying to inject a dependency into a field or a setter method. For constructor injection, @autowired is optional from Spring Framework version 4.3 onwards if there is only one constructor. Also, be careful of circular dependencies where two beans depend on each other. Spring can sometimes resolve this, but it often indicates a design issue. Always prefer constructor injection for mandatory dependencies for better immutability and testability. Alright, everyone, we have covered a lot in this quick tutorial. Let us do a quick recap. We learned that dependency injection is a design pattern where an object receives its dependencies from an external source rather than creating them itself. This leads to loosely coupled, more testable, and more flexible code. We saw how Spring, with its inversion of control container, makes dependency injection easy to implement using annotations like @component and @autowired. Remember, these is all about giving your objects what they need, rather than them creating it. Keep practicing these concepts by building small Spring applications. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more programming tutorials. Happy coding, and I will see you in the next video.